All right, today we're going to talk about best practices and strategies on how you can send the most effective text message marketing campaign. I want you to think of the text as your palette. You're an artist. You have a very challenging job to convey a message to an individual in a communication medium that has historically been person to person. So we need to be extremely strategic on every word, every comma, every period, every call to action that we choose. I'm going to go over some basic, this is 101 on how to send the most effective text message marketing campaign so you can make the best return on your investment. First and foremost, we don't want to spam. Typically a business, and depending on use case, one text per week is sufficient. You go beyond that, it starts to get spammy and people will be replying stop. Now, this is all dependent upon your use case. If you're a church and you've got a lot of events going on, maybe you need to send 2 texts a week. But for most businesses to customer situations, we want to rely on maybe 1 a week is successful. Also, when you think about this, maybe 1 per month isn't enough. Maybe 2 per week is too much. You want to find that Goldilocks approach, not too many, not too little for you to be the most successful. Time. So studies show that the best time that you can send a text message marketing campaign is on Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday between the hours of 9 to 4 local time. So that's when your Mondays, everybody's busy, everybody's focused on preparing for the week. Friday, not a lot of people are really focusing or motivated. Maybe they're getting ready for the weekend. So the best time for you to send your text message marketing campaign based on studies and empirical evidence is Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday. If you have an event, maybe Friday afternoon is a good time. Friday is when most people get paid. So if you have a sale or promotion with a clickable link to buy a product, that may be a good time for you. Be strategic about the time. Also, when you send that, make sure you have the available time to respond, to engage that one-to-one engagement and build that relationship if your use case calls for it. All right, the 5 C's. These are something I want you to go over as you review your text message before you press that send button. Is your message clear, concise, complete, connecting, and does it have a call to action? Clear. This needs to be readable. This needs to be easy to understand. Why am I receiving this text message? Concise. We want to work extremely hard to say as much as possible in as few as words as possible. Sometimes a picture is worth 1,000 words. We've heard that before. So be concise. Typically, we don't want to go beyond 240 characters. That's the most. So if you have to say a lot, maybe consider applying a graphic to make that case for you. Complete. Think about your sentence structure. Make sure it's complete. Everything is fully understood with your text message. Also, connecting. As I mentioned earlier, texting's always been a person to person. This is the place where you can be fun. You can be authentic. You can be yourself. This is not the place to write the formal email. So be connecting and build and use your brand voice when you do that. Lastly, is your call to action. Make sure there's a link or something you're asking them to do. Maybe it's to get them to reply. Maybe it's to build that one-to-one engagement. Maybe it's to get them to your store. But make sure your call to action is there. Compliance. Very important. This is the unspoken 6C. We want to make sure that we give our subscribers the opportunity to opt out with that coveted reply stop to stop at the end. Also, you don't want to send late nights. That's against the compliance rules and you can get into a lot of trouble. But the most important is to ensure that your subscribers are opted in to receiving your text messages. You can't just find a bunch of phone numbers off the internet, add them as contacts and start sending them. So you have to have that opt-in. There are significant fines if you are not compliant. So I hope that's given you a great overview of how to text. Again, my name is Chad Rickabaugh. I am the founder of Revolution Ranch. I'm excited to work with you and teach you how to craft the perfect campaigns. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us at info@rev-ranch.com. That was info@rev-ranch.com. Thank you.